Greetings, Scott Campbell, your investment advisor. I'm interrupting my regularly scheduled market update for the first quarter of 2025 with the following stock market alert. The last few days have been crazy in the stock market. The markets dropped substantially on a few days, and we had a huge rebound day yesterday. It does not appear the market has found the bottom to this correction, but it will happen soon and the market will return to normal. Please see my video below regarding tariffs. Back to my regularly scheduled market update for the first quarter of 2025. So much for the positive outlook for the first quarter, both from a seasonal and a specific perspective. The U.S. stock market was down negative 4.84% in the first quarter of 2025. However, bonds acted very old school and produced positive returns counter to the negative returns in stocks. The aggregate bond index was up 2.92% in the first quarter. The performance in the U.S. stock market over the past several quarters has been driven by a small number of big tech companies known as the Mag 7. The Magnificent Seven is NVIDIA, Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, and Tesla. These stocks have produced returns significantly greater than the market. However, these stocks have been taking a breather for the past few weeks. As they drove the market higher, they are now taking the market lower. But these companies are not collapsing. The opposite is true. AI is in its infancy. Not to worry, the current market slide is a normal market correction. These stocks and all stocks will recover as they always have. The media, of course, is doing what they do, which is attempt to create fear and concern, which generates clicks and advertising revenue. Same as always. The big problem I have with their presentation is the use of the words lose and lost. These are not accurate terms. When the market drops, that's the price of stocks dropping. If you have 100 shares of stock in your account and the market crashes, you still have 100 shares of stock. It's just that the price per share has dropped. You haven't lost anything. Tariffs are causing tremendous volatility in the market. Again, please see my video below regarding reciprocal tariffs. Reciprocal tariffs are used to eliminate foreign tariffs on U.S. imports. Tariffs in general are used to level the trade between the U.S. and foreign countries, which will create more manufacturing jobs here in the U.S. The U.S. has lost a lot of manufacturing jobs over the past 20 years. The trade imbalance between the U.S. and foreign countries is over $1 trillion. That means we import almost $1 trillion more in goods than we export. Most foreign countries have tariffs on U.S. products imported into their countries. This makes American products too expensive for the consumers in these countries, so they don't buy our stuff. Tariffs level the playing field for our products all over the world, which will increase production here in the U.S. and bring more manufacturing jobs. Food and energy, for the most part, are not being tariffed, so the idea that tariffs will have a huge impact on core inflation is questionable. The tariffs are beginning to work as many countries are dropping their tariffs. Not all, mind you. China's retaliating, but they have lots of problems. Their economy is not in good shape. They have been losing their dominance in manufacturing dramatically since COVID. They also have internal issues regarding the demographics of their population. The process of eliminating foreign tariffs and increasing manufacturing capacity here in the States won't happen overnight. As the administration has warned, there will be some pain while these processes work out. Short-term pain for longer-term gain. Please be aware, though, that the U.S. is the 900-pound gorilla in the room. Foreign countries need our consumers to buy their products. This is especially true of China. We are the big consumer on the planet. Next, federal government debt and spending is finally under the spotlight. The previous administration had added more deficit spending and added more to the federal debt than any previous administration. Government spending kept the economy going and not falling into recession, but caused inflation to skyrocket. The economy is being weaned off the government taxpayer funds, which is a necessity because $2 trillion in deficit spending per year is unsustainable. This kind of irresponsible spending by both sides of the aisle has created the federal debt, which stands at over $36 trillion, also completely unsustainable. The interest on that debt is already over $1 trillion per year. The interest on the debt will be the biggest expense of the federal government before very long. I'm very pleased to see Doge hard at work. It's astounding to see the crazy spending they are uncovering. Most alarming is the $4.7 trillion in payments from the U.S. Treasury that were left blank, not noting who the payment was made payable to and not any coding indicating what the payment was for. If any public company in this state or country operated that way, you'd be locked up. Shutting down agencies that spend money wastefully is necessary. Businesses shut down unprofitable divisions all the time. You've seen it, or worse yet, even been involved in it. The country's, again, is $36 trillion in debt. We can't afford to waste money anymore. And we've all seen the studies, heard the reports, and have real-life experiences of government waste, fraud, and abuse over the years. The issue's been raised many times in the past. Most often, nothing is done because politicians are generally fiscally irresponsible and fiscal cowards, which is unacceptable considering all of you, all of us, make hard decisions and don't spend money because we don't have it. We do make these decisions all of the time. This spending with no concern for the consequences by the government is totally unacceptable. The bottom line is the spending must be cut. It's much better for everyone if all the waste, fraud, and abuse is eliminated. Otherwise, it may be necessary to cut benefits. Politicians keep telling the other it's going to take away your benefits. Well, if the spending isn't cut, there won't be money to provide all these benefits. In fact, it's a fact that Social Security is in serious financial trouble. According to the Office of Management and Budget, Social Security will go bankrupt in less than 10 years. That's a fact that we've known for many years now. Taking a look at the overview, all in all, the economy is doing well. The employment situation continues to be good, even with the layoffs from the federal government. Inflation is holding steady. The price of eggs has dropped about 50%. Most importantly, the price of oil and gas has dropped. The increase in energy costs was one of the drivers in the high prices we've experienced over the past few years. Lowering energy costs will lower prices across the board. Finally, Trump is doing his tariff thing now. His strategy seems to be getting the ugly, hard part of his agenda done first, before he loses his political capital. Be aware, there is legislating pending that addresses all the other aspects of Trump's agenda, maintaining across-the-board tax cuts, further lowering taxes, no tax on tips, overtime, Social Security, and to reduce regulations. These are the things that boosted the market prior to his election, and they will again boost the economy and investment markets once they come into play. Hang on through the current noise and volatility. This will pass, just like every other market correction and bear market you've experienced in the past. If you're young, you'll see this type of correction on a regular basis. Markets go up most of the time, however, sometimes they drop. Hang in there. Please reach out if you have any questions, need help, or just want a shoulder to cry on. Talk soon.